Welcome back to solo adventure number 4 with Charles. That's me, if you didn't know. It's been a while since my last adventure, but I'm back on the road, looking forward to getting out on this trip. Today's a special day for me, so we'll speak more about that later. But other than that, I'll bring you back as and when. I'm just going to set off now to the location and I'll bring you back when I get there. Well, good evening people, we're back again. I've made it to my secret location. It's 5:30 p.m, about 9 degrees. The sun is trying to shine through, but as you can see, the clouds are looking a little mischievous, let's say. So I'll start the climb up this hill, get to camp, get set up and bring you along the journey with me. Today's special occasion is it's my little boy's birthday, so happy birthday Levi, the big 2 today. I've got a card to open up and a little couple of stories to read around the fire later. But let me get cracking up this hill, get set up, enough talking, and I'll bring you along with me. Come on, let's go. It's quite a steep climb. The camera doesn't really do it justice. I don't think any cameras do. Like if we come down lower, you get more of an idea of the climb that we're going up. It's nice to get back out again. It's been a while. March 25th today. The last time I was out camping must have been August last year. So yeah, it's definitely nice to be back out. The car was off the road 4 or 5 months for repairs, so it feels nice to be driving again, back out enjoying the open air. Hopefully you enjoy coming along for the adventure today. This will be solo adventure number 4, I believe. I did actually do a couple of trips in between, but the footage was terrible and just everything was pretty bad quality, so I didn't want to waste people's time putting them up when they weren't going to enjoy the footage. So I'm out nice and early today, well, as early as I can be, minus the 2-hour delay. So let me carry on up this hill anyway. There's the views. Right, I'll bring you back when I get to the top. I'll take a little break. We've got a bit of a muddy floor. I don't know if you remember last time on my last trip, but that muddy floor got me because I came up in the dark and I didn't put my torch on, foot straight through. Luckily I had my waterproof boots on, so the damage wasn't too bad, but still, always be careful and always close the gates behind you. Right, we have to go up into this woods. We've got about another 10-15 minutes to the top. It's pretty dry, easy climb. I'll bring you along anyway, and yeah, let's go from here. Definitely feels great to be back out camping again. Get these videos back on the go. Get this channel popping like it was supposed to be in the beginning. Right. I think what's the best way for me to go here? Follow it around a little more. So yeah, I hope you've all missed me. I'm glad to see my ugly mug back on the channel. It does really feel great to be back out in the open. Levi, if you're watching, for those that don't know, that's my little boy. I hope you're having a great day. I wish I could be there to celebrate your birthday with you. Obviously, I can't, so this is the next best thing. The best way for me to spend some time with you is to bring you out into the wild, the way I would be if we were together anyway. I can't imagine what you're getting up to today, or how big you've grown. I'll be honest with you, just thinking about it, it's kind of painful. But I know that you'll be growing into top quality little man, I'm sure. Daddy's proud of you, no matter what, and always loves you. So I'm not sure what for a fire tonight. Nice and warm. That's for sure. for the first time since last August. It's not going to be a trip that I'm going to film, but it's going to give me some ideas for new locations, new places to go, a little bit of time away. Obviously today's a difficult day for me, being it's my little boy's birthday and stuff, so I'm dedicating today to him, and then next week I'm going to go away and just try and take my mind off stuff. But for that, until then, let's enjoy tonight. There's so much wood lying around. I mean, I don't know if you can see this down here. Oh, dead wood laying around. So much of it. And that brings me back to one of my little surprises that I brought out with me tonight. There's a little miniature chainsaw that I bought last year. Never had a chance to use it, and I've upgraded it since. So I thought, bring it out, give it a whirl, makes life easier, in theory. See if it's any good. We're almost at the spot now. I'll bring you back as we get closer. Here we go, people. We have arrived. The sacred camping spot. The one I've been coming to since a little boy with my dad. Perfect day, perfect location. This is what we're looking at for this evening. Anyone who's seen any of my previous videos might remember this. We're tucked away quite nicely. So yep, we're here, people. Made it to the location. The ground isn't too bad. It's funny though that now I'm here in the actual daylight, because I normally seem to get here at night time. I can see a lot of the rocks on the floor that seem to irritate me a lot. So we'll get them cleaned up, get this site ready, and then we'll get pitched up for the evening. So I'll set up the camera somewhere that you can see what I'm doing, and I'll just talk you through what I'm up to as and when I'm up to it. So I'll see you all soon. Right, well, let's get this bag off and see what's going on. Oh, it feels nice. Oh, stretch. Right, first things first, let's clean this floor and sort these rocks out. So as you can see, people, right here, over here, here, there's a couple more, one here. These rocks are going to lead to an uncomfortable night's sleep. So I don't know how well this is coming through on the camera. Let's take a simple stick and we'll try and loosen up this rock. There we go, it's already coming out. Oh, it's a big one. It's the worst thing with these rocks under the ground. Definitely misleading sometimes. Oh, it broke my stick. Oh my god. It's coming out though. Just wedge it out. Don't need fancy tools. Bit of elbow grease. There we go. 1, 2. Problem solved. Fill it in a little bit. so you don't have uncomfortable holes to sleep in at night. There. One done. About 4 more to go. I'll bring you back when I'm finished. And this is why you clean your floor underneath your bed, because it looked like just a couple of rocks, but as you can see, the rocks that just came out the ground were actually massive. And here's one of the holes that's been left behind. But as you can see now, minus the few holes that we can fill in with some leaves and stuff, I've got a nice flat clean surface. So I'll get my equipment out and we'll get set up. Well, I'm sure you're all professionals and don't need advice on how to set up a tent and all your camping equipment. But for those who like to know or like to watch, let's get this gear set up. As I said, I did pack my bag terribly, so we'll figure this out as we go. Hopefully you can all see me over there. If you can't, there's not much I can do about it right now. First things first, something to lay all the stuff on. Floor mat and a saw. The cheeky little chainsaw. We'll talk more about that later. Or play with it more later, shall I say. 10 pegs, sorry, 10 poles. Tent. Another thing we can talk about later. My original tent, good old faithful, the one that you're all used to seeing in my previous videos. The one I've been using for 5 years. The seams have gone on it, finally. It needs re-seam sealed. I didn't have time to seam seal it, so I had to go out and buy purchase a new tent. Now this tent is a copycat of my original tent. Is it better? Is it the same? It's debatable. I'd say it's pretty much the same though. A tarp, because you never know with the weather. You never know. A chair. And the thing we was actually looking for this whole time. Ground mat. Why is it using a ground mat like that? Protect your tent from the crap coming underneath, piercing your holes in your tent. Protect you from the weather, stops any moisture coming through, just in case your floor isn't waterproof, which it probably will be. It's always handy to have a bit of protection on the floor. A lot of glass and stuff around here, people. As I was saying, ground sheet's important. Protect your tent. Always the first thing you want to put down first. Next thing, got our tent. This is a 2-man tent. I'm not here to advertise brands and everything else. If you don't know and you need to know, if you buy a 2-man tent, it's really a 1-man tent. Buy a 3-man tent, that's really a 2-man tent plus your gear, etc. So just always bear it in mind. If you think you and a friend are going to go and a 2-man tent's going to be enough, you're going to be struggling for space. Oh. You can tell I definitely packed this tightly. Jeez Louise. But hey, we did it. Find where your front is, find where your back is. There we go. Nice and easy. Easy peasy. I generally don't need to stake this tent out. Other than to support the poles. And to be honest, there's no real wind today. Don't even know if I'm going to need to put the tarp up, to be honest with you. Always best to be safe than sorry. Everyone's favourite carbon fibre poles for all you professionals out there that love your DAC aluminum. Slide the poles into the sleeves. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezing. They are colour coded, these poles. I didn't even bother to check, so let's just hope I put the right one in the whole way. If you've never seen these before, these little pegs that go inside the bottom of your poles, normally come on cheap tents, such as this one. Don't get your finger trapped. That's basically the tent setup. Do the same on the back. 2 pegs at the front, 2 pegs at the back. There we go. My thing for sure, if I'm giving advice to people on camping whilst doing these videos from a little boy, it's definitely just trying to make it as simple and easy, straightforward. Show people you don't have to go crazy and spend loads of money and whatnot. It's not necessary. Peg it down generally. Give yourself an idea of where you're going to put it. This is not a freestanding tent, so that's why you need to use the pegs to hold it up. But fact that it's not freestanding doesn't really make a big deal. As you can see, it's really straightforward to set up. Like if I was in a rush, I could do this a lot quicker. Just take my time. Enjoying the evening. Yeah, I reckon I could pull the tent back a little bit. Don't want to set myself alight on the campfire. We want it facing the fire though, don't we? Face the fire so we get a nice view. About there? Yeah, I'd say about there. So yeah, as I was saying, just there. Get these pegs set in. Basic gist of where you want it. Go to the front. And two at the back. Pretty good pitch. It's on a slight angle, but all good. Underneath the tent, on the inner, some little hooks that you just hook to the pegs. Now obviously you have your guy lines if you're in really windy conditions, which we don't have tonight, so we don't need them. Don't forget to clip your pegs on at the side of your tent onto your poles if you have any. Open up your vents, keep that airflow going. Another one of these clips, just keeps the tent nice and taut against the poles, good against the wind and the rain. Not the easiest thing to do with one hand while you're filming, but nonetheless, we strive on. One here. Has little windows on this tent. Some people like it, some people don't. Is what it is. I can see little droplets of water on the tent. I don't know if you can see them. It's starting to rain a little bit. Well, that's the tent set up pretty much. The pitch, I'll fix this scratching in a minute. You won't even notice it. But for now, let me just get finished sorting out stuff and then I'll bring you back. Well, sun's starting to go down now. Tent's all set up. Sounds like someone's out walking the dogs. Let me get this tent set up on the inside. First layer for me is always one of these silver foil mats. Tried and trusted. Might seem pointless to some people, but to me, never fails me. Keeps the heat in. Extra layer of padding on the floor. What more could you want? Alright, next thing is the bed. As I said earlier, don't do branding and stuff, so if you happen to catch a glimpse of the logos and stuff and figure out what the products are yourself, more power to you. But I definitely don't get paid from any of these companies. And I wouldn't like to put my name to something that you don't like. As everybody knows with camping, you're always trying new stuff, seeing what works best for you. My mission at the moment, or has been for the last couple of years, has been trying to get everything, I wouldn't say ultra light, but definitely a lot lighter. I'd say my goal is definitely sub 20 pounds carrying weight. But this mat has been good. This will be like the third time I've used this one. And I know what they say, you're not supposed to blow into your mat, the condensation, the air, it keeps you cool or makes you colder at night. It's not going to be that cold tonight. If anything, 5-6 degrees at the lowest. So I don't need to worry. Was that 10 breaths? A little bit more for good luck. Okay, bed's done, floor mat's done. My little pillow just tucks inside itself, nothing fancy again. We'll talk a bit more about this. I'm going to talk about this in all my videos really, but you know, cheap and cheerful is generally the best way to go when it comes to camping. Apart from a few luxuries, i.e. your bed, your sleeping bag, maybe a pillow, a comfy chair to sit in. That's pretty much it. The tent obviously, but you don't need to go crazy on a tent. I think I paid £60 for this tent, and if it's anything like my original tent that it's a copy of, it should last me another 5-6 years. So work it out, what's that, £10 a year? It can withstand the rain. It's only a 3-season tent, but I tell you now, say not this particular one, but my original one, I've taken out in so many 4-season conditions. Snow up in Scotland, like -5-6 degree weather, no issues. So no, you don't need to go out and spend £300, £400. You don't even need to spend £100 on a tent if you're not going to use it often. in the extreme conditions. It's unnecessary. But anyway, let me stop talking. Let me get this sleeping bag out, unwrap that, and then I'll get this campsite set up. As I was saying, last thing now, sleeping bag. Besides the tent, I'd definitely say sleeping bag is your most important piece of kit. If you're a beginner or whether you're experienced, getting a nice warm, comfy night's sleep can make or break the difference between a good or bad camping trip. So on this particular trip, I've brought out my 4-season sleeping bag. Even though we're only in March, towards the end of March, 25th of March to be specific, but comfort level on this is -4 degrees basically. Extreme is -31. If you took this to -31 degrees, you definitely wouldn't be coming back. But yeah, tonight lowest it'll get to is about 5, 4. This can handle down to comfortably -4. So I'm not going to feel any chill tonight whatsoever. Plus with this fire going in the background, that'll be super comfortable. And other than setting up your tent and getting everything organised inside so you're comfortable, I'd say the next important thing before anything else is making sure you're staying organised. There's so many bags and sleeves and things for everything, you don't want to lose anything. So there we go, sleeping bag done. Pillow in the sleeping bag. Now I use my tent bag. So there's the baggie for my bed. Tent poles, tent pegs, the bag for the sleeping bag, bag for the sleeping bag, the bag for my saw, bag for the floor mat, and last but not least will be the bag for my chair, which we'll set up in a second outside. Basically that's all the storage bags, everything I'll need for the morning. Side pocket, it won't fit in the side pocket, we just saw that at the bottom of the tent. Let's get the bag unpacked and get camp sorted. Right guys, so the next thing to set up is my chair. I'm sure you've all seen one of these before. Sun's definitely going down now. Feel the temperature dropping. Still trying to consider whether or not to set a tarp up. Yeah, these chairs, really handy, fold away, fold back together. Some people look at them and think, oh my god, how are you going to get comfortable in that? But you can, believe it or not. The main good thing about them is the lightweight. And you've got a chair when you're camping. As long as you get it round the right way. There we go. I think some people get scared to bend these poles as well when they're trying to slot them into the sleeves, but it could be a little bit rough with them, you know, they're not going to break. There we go, chair for the evening. I bring this trusted pad with me everywhere. The main thing it's handy for now is resting the chair legs on so we don't sink into the floor. Next thing for me to do is to consider sorting this tarp out or go get some wood. I'm thinking we start collecting some wood. So let's try this saw out together and see if it's any good. Alright guys and girls, here we go. I've never actually used this before. Here's the piece of wood I'm choosing. We're locked and loaded. Let's see if it's any good or whether we just stick to the traditional handsaw. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty good. Let's keep going, see how long this battery lasts. Definitely doesn't like this wood. Oh, we're getting there. First log. Still saving time, isn't it, I guess? So, we're here people. I don't know how long it's been since my last update in the video, but as you can see it's pretty much pitch black. Collected up as much wood as I could. The little chainsaw that I was using earlier on, it's pretty crap to be honest with you, but you know, it does the job I guess. I went back to my original handsaw because it was just quicker and easier. Collected up enough wood for maybe 2 hours worth of fire. I'm going to light the fire in maybe half an hour or so. But for right now, I am going to make myself a nice hot chocolate. And I did remember my spoon this time, everyone. Hey, celebrate with me. So yeah, get this stove on, get a hot chocolate on the go. And then it's going to be time to open up my little boy's birthday card and read a little story. So hope you don't mind coming along for that little adventure. If not, feel free to skip the video or don't watch the video or whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter. But Levi, I hope you're having a good night and I hope you've had a great day. This one's for you, and I'll bring you back shortly once I've made myself a hot chocolate. See you soon. Inside the old faithful titanium pot, 750ml. I've got my gas stove, which I did actually forget to clean after the last time I've used it, so hopefully it's alright. I do believe last time I came here there was a few problems with this stove. The igniter wasn't working and we were having problems with the gas flow. I think that's just down to how dirty it is, how used it is. Oh, it's a bit stiff as well today. Needs a bit of WD-40 I think. There we go. Move these leaves out of the way so we don't set fire to everything. Gas bottle, stove, twist and screw, bish bash bosh. Turn gas on, turn gas off. Shall we see if the igniter's working this time? As you can see, we have a flame. All is good. Open up the handles. Get my little pot on the stove. We're just guessing with the amount of water tonight. So we're back, people, minus a little delay. My phone died, so I had to charge it. We're back up to 50%. You missed out on my hot chocolate, but the hot chocolate is made. It's actually nice and warm. It's getting a bit chilly now. It's about 8:30, I believe, last time I checked. So I'm just guessing it's about 8:30ish. But now is the part of the video where my little boy Levi, I need to open up your birthday card. So I don't want you to think I've forgotten you or that I didn't remember. So we can open it up together. I know it's not what you want probably, and it's not what I want, but it's what we've got. So let's do this together, eh? I honestly hope you've had a great day. Can't even get into the card that I bloody stuck down. Here we go. The big number 2. So I've written you a little message inside, which I'll read out to you now. It says, "Happy 2nd birthday, Levi. Today, as you turn another year older, my heart is filled with so much love and pride for the amazing little boy I know that you're becoming. Even though I can't be with you every day, please know that you are always in my thoughts and my heart. I miss you every day more than words can express. But my love for you only grows stronger with each passing moment. I hope your special day is filled with joy, laughter, and endless adventures. Sending you my love today and always. Happy birthday, my precious Levi. Love, Daddy." Mwah! I love you, my little man. I'll keep this stored away for you one day in the future. But next up, I thought we could continue on with one of our stories, the Levi and Daddy stories. I know that you'll be going to school soon, So I figured this was a fitting story slash poem that hopefully makes sense. So here we go, little boy. I'll read it to you, seeing as we can't read it together. Levi, one day you'll head out on your own. You'll pack your bag, catch the bus. I'll look back on memories of us, and you'll be off to bigger and better things. That's far off now, but in my mind, those are the thoughts I'll always find. Every time that morning school bell rings, there'll be a test you pass and those you won't. Friends you'll know for life, others not for long. But I'll be there when each day ends, helping feelings mend and your mind grows strong, and you'll come running until you don't. That's years away, Levi, but even still, with no time to waste, I'll give it all it takes. Learn lessons, ask questions, make mistakes. Eat your veggies, you know the drill, and prepare to head out on your own. Yeah, Daddy, but I'll see you when I come home. I love you always. Well, that was difficult. It's definitely never easy talking to your children through a camera. So I don't wish it on anyone. But on we must crack. We can't sit and sulk forever. I think it's time maybe to get this fire lit, get this hot chocolate drank, and maybe get a little pot noodle on the go. How do you think that sounds? I think it sounds perfect. So wish me luck with this fire. I'll bring you along for the ride and let's see if it lights, because we've got a lot of wet wood and I didn't put a lot of effort into it tonight, so fingers crossed. Let's give this fire a whirl, shall we? I tried to do a semi sort of upside down fire, so we'll see how it goes. Like I say, guys and girls, I didn't do too much to prepare this fire tonight, so hopefully it lights up. Well, let's see if it lights up, guys. I'll leave the camera running for a moment. Let's see if it starts to burn through the wood. I don't really have high hopes, but I'm not too fussed tonight, to be honest with you. The idea is we start burning at the top and work our way down to the bottom where we've got the thick stuff. I've never really done it this way before. I normally do it the opposite way, but I thought try something new tonight, why not? The fire is growing, slowly but surely. I'll keep on bringing you guys back and updating you on the situation. Well guys, as you can see, I've got my hood up. It's getting a little chilly. Moon's out. Fire's doing well. My hot chocolate is still a bit too hot for me right now. That's the only bad thing when you're out camping, I say. You make your hot water, because it's useful for more than just a drink, a hot water bottle, etc. But then it's too hot. You've got to sit here for 10-20 minutes letting it cool down. Oh, all these first world problems, eh? I hope you all had a good weekend. I didn't really get up to much myself, to be honest. Just tidying stuff up around the house and preparing for my trip on Friday. I'm really looking forward to getting back up to Scotland again. It's been a while. Of all the places to go, I think in the UK, definitely Scotland's up there. My plan as well this time, so it's going to be climb the cobbler. If you've ever heard me talking about my camping trips to Scotland, I like a climb up the cobbler. It's nice and easy. It's only about 800 meters high. It's just a nice little achievement, nice little hike. But I've been really considering Ben Nevis after the cobbler, so I want to get the cobbler out of the way, just so I can get back into my camping mode and back into the flow of things. Obviously I'm still trying to figure out how to do a lot of recording and lighting, etc. Obviously we've got a little bit of light this time, which is better than last time. It's washing me out a little bit, but we'll get better with time. My tripod is still the same original crappy tripod. It's fallen over about 50 times on me while I've been recording tonight already, so I've had to redo shots over and over. But hopefully the sound is okay. I noticed when I was playing back a few clips walking up the hill earlier on, like when the wind was blowing, couldn't hear anything. It sounded like some weird aliens like flowing around on the camera. Yeah, but anyways, like I say, I'm glad to be back out. I'm gonna cook up a pot noodle later. I didn't bring anything crazy to eat tonight. Just wanted to get out. Focus really tonight was to read a little story and just have a little chat to my little boy and wish him well and a happy birthday. Speaking of birthdays, my birthday's coming up. 3 months time. I'm going to be 39 years old. Whew, where do the years go, eh? That's one piece of advice I'll give to you, Levi, is definitely don't waste any years. Appreciate every moment, make the most of every moment, and make the most of every opportunity. Because before you know it, you'll be my age, sat out in the woods on your own, thinking, 39 years, honestly. And as I was talking about earlier, actually, the point I wanted to bring back up was this tent. So English Woodsman, one of the channels that I watch, we had a conversation regarding this tent because I noticed it on his channel and I was thinking, hey, that's my tent, but that's a copycat of my tent. And we spoke about it and he said he wasn't too keen on it. I love it. I've been using it forever, for years. And obviously my tent needs the seams resealed on them, so I had to get a new tent, but my tent has been discontinued now by the company that originally made it, so the only way I can get it was to buy this version, which was the one on the English Woodman's channel. I'm pretty happy with it, to be fair. I'd say it's just an identical carbon copy to mine, so I've got no complaints. It weighs about 3 kilos, so it's quite a heavy tent, but for the price, you can't really complain. I'm definitely planning on doing some upgrades though, for more further out camping trips. Because I want to do a bit more hiking, a bit more exploring. I mean, I do a lot anyway as it is, but with the gear that I'm lumping around at the minute, I've got like an 85 litre backpack, which is normally like stuffed to the gills. and a good portion of that is my sleeping bag. My sleeping bag's like maybe I think it's 2.3 kilos alone, the sleeping bag. So the plan is to upgrade that, get that down half the weight. If I can get a new tent, the one I'm planning on getting is about half the weight of this tent. And I think just them two things alone will make such a huge difference in terms of my pack size, my weight. You know, what is that already, like 2 kilos down? So like 4 pounds, 4.4 pounds reduction in weight, which is a huge difference when you're climbing up through the woods and the hills. The fire's definitely growing. It seems to be working, this upside down tactic. I would flip the camera around, but I mean, honestly, it'll probably fall over on me. Shall I try? Should I try and turn it around just for you guys? Here we go. So as you can see, the fire's doing good. I'm doing good. It's nice to see myself in some light. Last time, the last 2 or 3 trips I tried to sneak out and do whilst the car was being repaired, just couldn't see anything. Literally could not see anything. I tried everything. I bought lanterns, I bought this, I bought that. So I brought this little work light. Seems to be doing the trick. I think maybe what I need to do is put like a piece of paper over the front of it or something to sort of reduce the glare. Because every time I look over towards the fire or the light and look back at the camera, I can't see anything but a bright white light. But it's good. It's rechargeable, so it saves carrying batteries around. I think I'll be honest with you, I'm still really perfecting my gear loadout, even after all these years. Because where you go changes, the environment changes, so you sort of constantly switching your gear around to make it fit the right scenario. It's never as straightforward as you'd think. But at least I remembered everything tonight, every single thing. Just having a spoon makes all the difference. When I came out on the last trip, I had no spoon. So I was using a stick to stir my hot chocolate. But it just didn't mix, it didn't blend well, so it was just a revolting hot chocolate. But yeah, it's nice to be out. I'm starting to feel the heat from the fire. And you'll definitely be seeing more of me now. Try and do my upgrades. I really want to get the GoPro so I can do some filming with that, because I think one of the problems with using the phone, and it's not very good in low light, I'm having to use the selfie camera right now to film, which is obviously terrible because it's low quality. So I hope you all appreciate I don't have all the best gear, but I'm doing the best I can with what I've got. Still figuring out camera angles and how to do stuff, and obviously with this tripod I've got and the wind today, it just kept blowing over, so it got to the point where I was like, do you know what, I give up. You've got what you've got. I'm going to try and keep this video kind of short this time, because I remember the last one I uploaded was like 3.5 hours, and I know some people probably love it, some people probably hate it, but yeah, I want to keep this one kind of short, just get back into the flow of things, get back into the editing, because the editing process is something I'm not great at, so I'll do what I can. Hopefully you guys appreciate it and enjoy the video. But for now I'm going to kick back, have a little play with this fire, and just enjoy being out. I'll bring you guys back in a little while when I'm having something to eat and have a little chit chat. Bye for now. There's literally nothing that beats this. Just being out in the wild, alone, by the fire, which is giving off a lovely amount of heat, by the way. Definitely a nice way to spend a Monday evening. I was talking about this to one of my friends a couple of days ago, with people who like to camp solo, you know, like myself, do a lot of solo camping. It's weird because I kind of do like to be solo, because I find that if I go camping somewhere, you go hiking somewhere, and then you find other people camping in the kind of location you want, it kind of puts a downer on it, because it's like, oh, I kind of wanted this location to myself. So the fact that I'm here now, got it all to myself, just me and an owl that I keep hearing. Maybe 2 owls, I don't know if they're having an argument back and forth, but as always, you turn your camera on, they go quiet, can't hear anything. Yeah, but I've got my makeshift tarp up. Just kind of did it in a rush earlier on when the rain came down. It's not the best setup, but it'll keep any rain off me, that's the main thing. The light setup seems to be working alright, but I guess that's down for you guys to decide. But what's been going on in your lives? Tell me about it. Subscribe, comment. Tell me how you feel about these videos. Do you enjoy them? And I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate it to the people who have commented and subscribed previously to my videos. I know there's not much going on with the channel right now, but I'm doing my best to get it up and going, so I do appreciate it. And the few people that I've spoke to on there as well, obviously I appreciate everybody's comments, everything, all the kind words everyone's had to say throughout the different things I've had going on in my life over the last year or two. But anyway, onwards and upwards is what they say. If you are watching this, do you enjoy camping? Do you not like camping? I'd say the majority of people that I've met in my life are not really campers. Not naturally anyway. I might have dragged a few people here and there on a camping trip, but I just love it. Can't get enough of it. Right, anyway, let me stop babbling on. I'm just being hypnotised by the fire here. Hope you're all having a great evening. I'm going to make myself a pot noodle, hot chocolate, and then relax. So I will sign out for now. Maybe pick this up before I go to bed, after I've eaten. We'll see. You never know. But I'll catch you all later. Bye for now. And we are back, people. Got myself a little pot noodle. No brand advertising going on. Another hot chocolate. My fire is looking good enough. Minus the little mishap we had earlier. So, according to the weather forecast, this is why you should never believe in the weather forecast. It wasn't going to rain. And then it got to 9 o'clock, and then all of a sudden just started showering. I was like, no! It put the fire out. I had to quickly get my tarp out the bag, throw the tarp up, which is only just pretty much dried off. There's still a few little water patches on it. I got the fire relit again, but everything's so wet. I don't know if you can hear it. It's just a lot of sizzling. But I'm still getting heat from it. It's still burning, so I can't complain. But yeah, been a nice night, been chilled. I had a little bag of Haribos to celebrate my little boy's birthday. But I can't eat cake with you, Levi, so I can eat sweets, treats and snacks and think of you while I'm doing it, because I am supposed to be on a diet because I'm at the gym at the minute. But yeah, bit of an update on my life story as well. Since Christmas, my New Year's resolution was to get back to the gym, work out and do a full 12 months without skipping any days, any weeks, whatever. And so far so good. We're pretty much at the end of March now, and yeah, doing good. Lost loads of weight, lost over 14 pounds, so I'm pretty much almost back to abs ready for summer. Cardio was doing great, so that's why I'm looking forward to this camping trip to Scotland next week, so I can climb that mountain again, test out my cardio. Yeah, other than that, it's been a good night, been chilled, it's been nice to get back out. And I know it wasn't much of a celebration for you, Levi, with the whole birthday card and reading your little story, but I hope you appreciate what little I can do, I'm trying to do for you. So, you know, I love you, happy birthday again, and I hope you've had a wonderful day, and I love you always. And to all the people out there watching, still sticking around to the end of the video, I appreciate it. Comment, like, subscribe, share, post, all that good stuff. Like I say, I am going to keep doing these videos, keep trying to improve, give you some new content to watch, because I sit there at home, I know I watch a lot of content when I'm bored, camping trips, stuff like that. More just get jealous, like, oh, I wish I was out doing it, so now I'm back on the road and I can do it myself, I don't have to sit there watching everyone else doing it all the time. So yeah, it's a nice feeling, it's a good feeling for sure. But I'm not going to babble on, because like I said, I wanted to keep this video kind of short this time, because the last one was super long. So I'm going to eat my pot noodle, have my hot chocolate, chill out by the fire for a little while longer. The time is, let me just double check for you all. I know you don't want to see my hand on the camera, but it's 10:30 now. By the time I've eaten and this fire's burnt out, probably be about 11:30, so I'm going to get my head down. I'll bring you all back in the morning. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I know it's been a bit of a up and down one with the lighting and stuff as always, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. A little update for everyone. I'm currently in bed now. The rain's just started. And bearing in mind that this is a new tent, it's never been waterproof tested before, so I'll shout back with you all in the morning and give you an update on the waterproof efficiency of this tent. But other than that, I'm about to get my head down and get some sleep. So good night, sleep well, see you in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning everyone. I had a great sleep last night. There was hailstones and rain throughout the night. My little owl friend kept talking till about 3 AM. But other than that, great night. Recommend it to anyone. No, I honestly had such a good sleep, man. Don't want to get out of bed right now though, but I'm gonna have to start getting up, get all this stuff packed up, because everything's a bit wet from last night. So yep, that's the plan now. Get out of bed, start packing up. I need to get out for a wee as well. But other than that, I'll bring you back when I'm out of bed and start packing stuff up, and if I can, depends on the weather, it's sort of on and off. But I'll do my best to bring you back once I've packed up and bring you on the walk out with me. I'll see you all soon. Well, good morning everyone. I'm out of the tent. Most of my stuff's packed away. Just need to get this tent down. Yeah, just thought I'd bring you along for the journey while I'm packing away, because I know most people, you don't see them packing away. But yeah, let's get down to it, I guess. pegs. General, you want to push your poles, you don't want to pull them. Just makes life so much easier. Sometimes you have to make it with these crappy little pegs. It bent, but it went in. Four pegs. As you can see here, after we've lifted the tent up, we've got some water pooling. It's another reason why the ground sheet's a good idea. Plus, it gives us a nice dry base once we've flipped it over to pack the tent away. Definitely the part of camping that most people hate, packing everything away. key to putting the tent away first time is patience. Definitely make sure you've got this stuff sack handy, because once you get your tent folded up and compressed, it wants to uncompress really quickly. Tent's done. So there we go, people. That's my loadout. Tent, chainsaw. Obviously I wouldn't be bringing that chainsaw again. 2 bottles of water, only needed 1. Chair, saw, tarp, bed, cooking equipment, floor mat. My sleeping bag is inside the bag already. So I'll let you see me pack it away and stuff, and then let's get going after that. sort of always try and put the tent in the middle. And I put this on the back, so it's a bit extra padding for me. What I do like to do, slide my saw in between here, just for a bit of extra protection, because there's no real sleeve for the saw. Again, this goes at the back. Like so. Chair, left or right side, it doesn't really matter. Top, opposite side to the chair. Just trying to keep everything balanced. Temp holes, temp pegs, they'll just fit in nice and easy. Cut. And there's loads of space down the sides. Got to shove it down there. Yeah. Same as the bed. Shove that down the side. Take the battery off your saw. You don't want that buzzing in your bag. Chocolate, gas, bottle of water, another battery, second little floor mat. Just use this for sitting on, for the knees, for kneeling on, hooking on. This was actually an old camp bed. I just sort of repurposed it. Just gotta find a space now. There we go. There's always more space than you think there is. Like I can see a huge hollow at the bottom of the bag. There we go. Empty bottle. Leave no trace. Think we're good to go. Carrying your gear down is always easier than carrying it up. Less weight, because you've eaten everything, you've drank everything. And there we go. Get this bag on my back. Adjust. Throw on the old waist belt. Just makes life a little easier. Bish bash bosh. Well, guys and girls, it's been lovely. Leave no trace. I've got everything with me. Last bottle of water. Let's get down this hill and get back to the car. The one thing I always think of, or always worry about is, I hope the car's okay. More than me, I'm fine. But is the car going to be okay? I hope you all enjoyed my little adventure last night. Hopefully it wasn't too boring, too clunky with the footage. There's so many cool places to go up in this woodland. It's crazy. Alright, anyway. Have a shower, crack on with the rest of